What's up, everybody? You're back with another NC Niner Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my papa, Carlos.
What's up?
Today, we're going to go and review the Niners vs. Seahawks Thursday night game, and then we're going to preview the Christmas Eve Niners vs. Commanders game. Let's go back to the Thursday night football win, clinching the NFC West. What do you think about that win?
It was another great game for Purdy. Another great show up for our defense. Our defense pretty much shut that offense. Geno Smith, the highest, I think. He has the highest
Completion percentage
in the NFL. So I think the defense just showed up again. It was a great win on the road. Another test for Purdy to pass. He passed it in Seattle with a 12-man. We pretty much dominated from the beginning to end. I think we're just showing it to the country. We're showing to the league that we're a team to be reckoned with. And, it's just going to be hard to beat us, especially when our defense is playing the way it is. Another game allowing less than 17 points. And our offense just doing enough, which that's all they need to do. But, I just want to focus more on the defense. Our defense is just playing lights out right now. All at all cylinders right now. Linemen, linebackers. We could have had another sack, another interception, but they called it back with a little rough in the passer.
On Bosa,
which the very next play, he sacked the quarterback almost the same way, but you know how that goes. Our cornerbacks are playing at elite level,
And they're still missing two elite cornerbacks.
Yeah.
As Mosley and Verrett, which will not come back. So it's just great to see the defense playing as good as they have been this whole season.
Yeah, since they lost to
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, they've been playing at a high level. So let's see if they can keep it going this week. But overall, I gave them a solid A for the defense overall. They did their job. They held, the Seahawks under the 17 points. I think that will be the key moving forward. Hold teams to like 15 points, and we'll score more than 15. I think we should have a good game and should have a good result. What about you? How you think the offense do?
I think the offense had a decent game. They put the ball in the end zone 3 times.
Yeah.
So putting up touchdowns is very important with this offense because the defense is not showing up, which they have been. Just in case you got to put some points on the board, and that's what Brock Purdy has been doing.
Yeah.
And he's been very consistent, which is very unexpected to a lot of people, and unexpected to me. I didn't think Brock Purdy was going to be performing at this level. I thought, just be a little game manager, but he's performing way over expectations, and he's been very consistent with, look at these weapons. CMC, Ayuk, you got Juwan Jennings, you got Ray-Ray McCloud, you got Kittle, and you just got all these weapons, and he's putting the ball in the end zone, which is what you need. Robert Gordon's not seeing the field a lot. That's good, and as you said on the defense, hitting on all cylinders. Usually great defenses, great on the run game, but, iffy on the pass game. But then Niners, they're great everywhere.
Yeah.
Every single level of the defense, they're just flat out elite players.
Purdy's just doing what the team's asking him, the coach is asking him to do.
Doesn't need to be Mahomes, no Josh Allen, just get the dub and don't make mistakes.
Yeah, just give it to your playmakers. The playmakers do the job. Find the open guy and give it to them. I think he's gonna have some tough games coming up, but at the same time, having the type of offense you have, type of weapons you have, type of defense you have, I think built a lot of confidence, and that's what's happened. You see all these other teams, aka Dallas. They have these great quarterbacks, which they screw up, but they all get these excuses for them, and yet teams. I see here all these commentators praising or giving all this confidence to, Dallas QB.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, and I just don't understand. He's been in the league for over almost 8 years, 9 years. Gets paid.
Still so much trust in this quarterback. Every single year, it's our year. It's our year. And they're always frauds because they have the worst schedule in the NFL.
I don't get it. He's been in the league for about 8 years. Hasn't proven anything yet. Every year, everybody's just trusting this guy so much. Yet, Purdy.
Niners have to prove everything.
Everything doesn't matter. Jimmy G had to prove everything. I mean, what didn't they have to prove? Well, I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, what matters is who has that ring in their finger, who makes it further in the playoffs, who makes it, you know, to the NFC Championship, Super Bowl. That's what that matters. So all this regular season and great defense, great offense from these other teams, it doesn't make no difference. What the Niners need to continue doing is what they've been doing the last 7 weeks. You know, dominating on defense, doing just enough on offense, which is more than enough. They're scoring 21 points plus, I think, in the last, 4 or 5 games, 6
Purdy even put up 35 against a good Buccaneers defense, put up 33 against the Dolphins, and 21 against the Seahawks, but
in Seattle,
still getting the dub, putting the ball in the end zone 3 times. Yep. So Purdy's playing great.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I think it was a solid overall win, which we need. And then now to our Christmas Eve game against the Commanders. Surprising, pretty good team, but you know, I'll see how that goes.
Kevin Harlan commentating.
Yeah.
The GOAT commentator.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think we just need to continue. I think the Niners shouldn't let up. I think we're able to. If the Vikings lose in the morning, I think we could get the 2nd seed if we win. I think we should aim for that. You never know. We probably get, if things go our way.
Eagles lose out. The Niners win out.
We can even get the 1st seed. That would be crazy. But you know what? Let's get that 2nd seed. If it's right there in front of us, let's get that 2nd seed and host more home games. Just it doesn't matter if we go on the road anyways. But I think this is the type of game that, you know, it could be a letdown for us, meaning like we could just kind of be relaxed and then this team come because they're hungry. They need this game more than we do. We already clinched. We don't have to like do much. But I think the Niners are just going to continue playing at a high level. Kinlaw's coming back.
Kinlaw's coming back to a already top 1 defense, already adding to that elite defensive line.
Yeah, so I think we should be able to dominate this team. I don't think it's going to be an easy game because I think the Commanders have shown like they have heart.
And Chase Young is back, so that pass rush is gonna get to Purdy.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those games that is going to be kind of scrappy, but I think we should be able to dominate at the end. It could be scrappy in the beginning, or it could just be a dominant performance from the beginning to end. And then what happens is Commanders just kind of score at the end and make it kind of closer, but it's not really close. But I wouldn't look at this team lightly because they beat the Eagles. It was a close game against the Giants last week. So they've been in games this year, and then they have they have an okay record. So they're over 500. So we shouldn't take this team lightly. I believe that Niners are a better team, and I think Niners need to prove why they're a better team, and then they're gonna dominate. And if they dominate,
they have a conversation for that number 1 team in the league.
So what am I looking at? I'm looking at again. This whole year I've been on the Niners scoring about 28 to 30 points. I see this game almost going to like 35 to even 40 points per game. 45 to 40. 45 to 40 and to 13 points. I think we still hold another team under 17 points, under 15 points. It'll be hard for me to really see that this becomes a shootout. I just find that Niners are just too good right now. They're playing at such a high level. It's going to be really hard for this Commanders offense to do much. But you never know. But I just feel that it's going to be a blowout, 35 to 13.
A lot of people have Niners on upset alert. Don't know why, but they do have a lot of heart. The Commanders, they're a team trying to sneak into the playoffs. They weren't supposed to be here. Let's just see who wants them more. Yeah. And I feel the Niners are going to come out and just shut out all this talk about Commanders upsetting, and I don't think it's going to be a close game either. I think the defense is going to just rumble as they've been doing this whole season, just rumble on the Commanders, the Commanders offense. And I think Purdy Purdy's gonna have his first, maybe he gets strip sacked or maybe his first, bad interception, but I don't think it's gonna be enough for this Niner team because this defense is elite, this offense is elite.
Yeah.
And with Purdy and all these weapons, I think it's not gonna be a close game, like you said. Yours was 35-13. I think Purdy is gonna have 2 to 3 touchdown day. I think Ayuk's gonna have a big day. Kittle's gonna, CMC. You see the Commanders allow like a bad rating against running backs. So
I think Mason's gonna have a good game.
Jordan Mason, that run game.
I think he's gonna
with
have a
him.
good game.
Come on, Jordan Mason.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
Yeah, he is. He's tough. He runs hard, and I think they want to get him going because I think he'll be very key in the playoffs.
Especially with something happens with CMC, or he just he's tired. Jordan Mason will be there.
1-2 punch. Why not?
Yeah,
he's a big boy. So
that defense is gonna. I think it's gonna have 3 to 4 takeaways.
I think Bosa's gonna get that much closer to the Niners single season sack record tomorrow.
I think it's gonna be a. It's not gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a blowout, like you said. I think it's going to be 34-14. The Niners win in a blowout win, and Niners just prove that how dominant they are and how those beginning games, the Falcons, Broncos, and Bears. Those were just, flukes. And the Niners will prove how dominant they are and maybe put themselves in that number 1 spot in the NFL.
Purdy has to have a horrible game for the Niners to
like 2 interceptions,
a fumble
for loss.
2 interceptions for a touchdown for our defense to be in a very bad situation. If he has a bad game, meaning like if he has an interception or strip sack, I want to see how he, comes back from it because. That's what everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting for him to screw up. Everybody's waiting for him to
in his head.
And then everybody's to see, how does it respond from an reception? How does it respond from all these bad things? So, if we could get that out of the system, like, he threw an interception. He didn't have that great of a game, but they still won. That's the type of game that you want right now before you get into the playoffs because then
he can learn from it and rookie mistakes will get out of the way.
Because you don't want to have all these rookie mistakes in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you want to get.
He did have in that Buccaneers game, threw an interception, got called back.
2 games, and then the Seattle, the guy dropped it.
Yeah, he got called back, and then he just went and threw a 40-yard pass to Ayuk for a touchdown.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I think he continues to have a good game. He doesn't need to have a monster game. Even 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, Niners rushing for 150 yards.
Yeah, I think that run game will be there, and the Niners D, I think it's going to get in the end zone. The Niners defense will take it away, get in the end zone.
All right.
Well,
Christmas Eve.
Merry
Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas. Kevin Harlan commentating. Couldn't ask for a better commentator.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Go Niners, baby. Peace.
Niners!